Jake Brandon here from Cougar Board, and tonight I am joined by Cade Fennegan. Cade, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Cade, introduce yourself for us. Tell us what position you play, where you prepped in high school, what year you are in school, all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like you said, my name's Cade. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm 23 years old. I played high school ball at Woodrow Wilson. It's a small little inner city school. Actually, it's not that small, I guess, but felt small, community feel. I was a 3-year starter there. Had a lot of fun. Went on my mission, came back, played for Boise State for a year. Actually got to play against the Cougars.
That's right.
And then, transferred last summer. So I was here for the whole last season. And I've been here, about a year now.
So is there someone else on the team from Woodrow Wilson, or is it just you?
Just me.
Okay. And what city is that in? Is it in Richardson or Irving?
It's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas,
it's downtown. So I grew up.
Like Lakewood, Dallas?
Lakewood, yeah.
Okay, I know it.
That's exactly right.
Let's start by mission in Dallas.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. You spent much time in Garland?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, dude, the best taco shop in the world is in Garland.
Really?
I've been to Mexico.
Okay.
I've been all over.
I mean, I believe it. Texas got some good Mexican food.
Yeah, we'll have to swap notes on tacos after.
All right. Well, let's do it.
A barbecue maybe too.
Oh, absolutely. Salt Licks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, place to get it.
I've been there. That's a good
place,
man.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about that Boise game. So you coming off the mission, what is your mindset going into camp with Boise and all that, and what kind of happens?
Yeah, so going into camp, I was pretty far down the depth chart, sitting at like sixth string probably. But just with, how I played, kind of running some scout team, running some other things, they moved me up, put me up to third string. And, in that situation, even being the third string guy, you're taking some reps here and there, but it's more like, okay, they're prepping the starter, obviously.
Yeah. And
then the second guy's, he's ready if anything happens. But just due to some injuries, due to COVID, about the second game in, I was the backup. And then against BYU, I played pretty much the whole game. Starter went down like the second series, and I was the guy. So kind of some crazy situations that happened there. Within really like a month and a half.
Yeah.
That I went from being the sixth string to being the third string to playing.
In a game.
Pretty much full game, substantial minutes. And I played a little bit in the Air Force game the week before, but that was
and not just any game. It's like a pseudo rivalry game.
Oh, absolutely.
And that game was like, you could tell there was talking going on. That game was heated.
Oh yeah, it was. Yep. I don't know if there was so much talking going on as much as you could feel the intensity on the field.
Yeah.
Being at Boise, wanting to beat BYU so bad, and of course, we were technically undefeated. We were only 2-0 at the time. But yeah, it was intense. You
guys are ranked and you're on the Smurf turf. Like
on the Smurf turf.
That doesn't happen often.
We hated losing on the Smurf turf too.
Yeah.
So it was a big game for sure.
So you threw a tutty in that game, right?
Mm-hmm. I threw a couple.
Tutties?
Late tutties, yeah.
Did you throw one in the mix early or not? They're all late.
No, they were all late. I almost had one in the first drive in,
we went like soft cover 4 at the end, and you hit some seams.
Yeah, hit some
benders
pumps.
deep. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's right. Now I remember them.
Yeah. So some garbage time tutties there.
Dude, take them.
Boost the stats.
Had those stats, baby.
Yeah.
So I've coached QBs before, and the third string is tough because you psychologically you have this tendency to be like, I'm all right. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But like with Jacob last year too, I've talked with Jacob about this. Like, his QB coach from high school called him the week before the Utah State game. He said, "Hey, I just got this feeling you're going to play in this game, and you need to take preparation seriously because it's really easy to kind of psychologically be relaxed as third." Yeah. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think, in talking with A-Rod too, he kind of puts it best, and he just says, no matter what string you are, you need to prepare like you're going to be starting because you never know what can happen, And I've seen in my career, Jacob's obviously seen in his career, a lot of guys have, where you can go from the third string to the starter in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Right? And it's week to week.
Right.
Football is such a violent sport. There's a lot going on that you just never know. So I think the importance of the third string and the backup too, both, especially the backup, but the third string as well, is to really prepare as if you're going to get playing time.
Yeah.
Right? As if you're going to be the guy because, if you can have that depth, especially at quarterback, right? Where you have 3-4 solid guys, that have been preparing, maybe not taking all the reps, but taking reps, taking mental reps, watching film. It does your team a lot, right? To have a quarterback out there that, maybe not the guy, he's not the starter, but he's got the confidence to go play, and so that's big because confidence is key.
Well, and also you've been on the scout team, and if you talk about preparing your team to do well, scout team's super important. Like you can expose, and I've seen it. Like I've had good quarterbacks run scout team. If they can expose a flaw in the game plan early by playing well and executing well, or they can expose a flaw that the defense can make adjustments on Tuesday instead of the end of the second quarter or halftime, right? Like they can kind of adjust and iron out. If you guys are out there sharp, running crisp, executing like ones would against the defense, it helps a ton. Talk about running the scout team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I had a blast running the scout team last year. I mean, it was a small group of us, but I mean, it was fun. Cause
you had some dudes.
We had some dudes. Absolutely, we did. So
you had Tanner Wall, right?
Tanner Wall, Terrence Fall was on the scout team with us. Cade Moore.
Yeah.
Ethan Erickson. We had some dudes.
Yeah.
So
those are good weapons, man.
They're good weapons. Absolutely, they are.
Am I wrong in thinking those guys would start at a lot of D1 schools?
No, you're not wrong at all. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think there's not a kid on the team that doesn't have the talent to go play.
We're deep, man.
We're deep.
Like
absolutely.
Especially those skills positions like we're talking about. And the whole line. I mean, it's we could probably add a little bit more depth to D-line, but a lot of those guys got time last year because of injuries, and they kind of a little bit more polished. It seems like. And
we're deep. We're deep. So, I mean, that's all positions too. But, back to scout team, like you were saying, we had those dudes, and it was fun. And it's just fun to see, Tuesday you come out and you get some fun shots here and there, right? Because it's new for the defense. We're figuring out the offense and everything. And it was a different experience for me because I didn't run scout team at Boise except for maybe like a week or so at the end of fall camp, right? And so it was cool to see how the defense, studied film, observed the offense, and then by the end of the week they were dialed, right? They were sharpened. I mean, we weren't getting much on them. Thursday, Friday before the game, it was tough. I was having to just throw whatever up there, but it was fun. I mean, I was going against first team defense every week, and I mean those dudes are ballers, right? So it's a good experience, I think, just to get those reps, and just sharpen my abilities, especially being ineligible, right? I wasn't ever going to get playing time no matter what happened, and so it was kind of one of those things. Like scout team was my game,
Yeah, dude, I think it's killer. It can make you such a better QB just because you're seeing the speed and you're seeing the windows and how fast they close and open against real ones.
Yeah,
like a lot of times it's more valuable than getting backup work against the twos. Like it's just better.